Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's games announced for the second week of October, so let's get started. Dive into the epic adventure through otherworldly landscapes and help the evil annihilate the good in Pumpkin Jack. Follow the will of the devil himself as you slay challenging beasts lurking about. 3D platform to reach power-ups and master the timing for precision dodges to always keep your enemies on the defensive, but also remember to keep your wits about you when tackling gravity-based puzzles. John Wick Hex is a fast-paced action-oriented strategy game that makes you think and strike like John, blending momentum-based combat trying to capture the feel of the films, perform well-choreographed encounters as you unlock new weapons, suit options, and locales to explore, each changing the gameplay just enough adding new wrinkles to the ever-expanding combat. The high-speed 3D shooter Wings of Darkness is all about the visuals and exhilarating action segments. Fly through beautifully rendered skies, shooting down enemies with your never-ending supply of ammunition, and when not wreaking havoc, enjoy calm, fully voiced cutscenes where the two main heroines act as narrators depicting the war from their very own perspective. It was no secret that Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered was coming to the Nintendo Switch, and EA finally decided to officially confirm it for a November 13th release. Although the previously available DLC will be included with new cars, challenges, car colors, decals, new photo mode, and a revamped online multiplayer. All of this on top of a locked 30 frames per second with a 1080p and 720p resolutions, plus improved visuals all around. The first-person adventure mystery game 103 is a story about the power of your imagination and how one girl's sad life forced her to tuck away herself into a world where she could never be reached. Observe and piece together the story elements, and the more you explore each environment, clues and riddles will appear to help you understand what's keeping Lily from coming out. The long wait is over and the Red Lantern is finally set to release on October 22nd. This resource management narrative game lets your team of 5 sled dogs survive the wilderness as you find your way back home. Combining roguelike elements with the story-driven narrative allows for hundreds of different events to occur in your playthrough. Fend off bears, rest to avoid frostbite, attend and care for each one of your dogs, and avoid unexpected surprises. Superland is a first-person Metroidvania shooter, assuming that you can handle whatever the game decides to throw your way. The overarching goal is to pursue and find a way out. There's not much of a story or even a narrative. Let your skills and wits speak for themselves, with a few puzzling challenges to spice things up. The successful Kickstarter project for Girl Genius, Adventures in Castle Heterodyne, is all about exploring the massive estate in a Metroidvania style where you get to reclaim Agatha's ancient birthright as the true heir. Gain new tools of traversal and combat as she learns more about herself, her powers, and where she came from when it releases next year. Koei Tecmo is bringing both Ciel Nosurge DX and AR Nosurge DX to the Switch next year. Originally released for the PlayStation Vita back in 2014, these enhanced versions will receive new high-definition textures, higher resolutions, new 3D models, tons of new cutscenes and story beats, new gameplay and combat elements, and lastly, the option to purchase both separately or as a bundle. Conjure hordes of zombies to do Ray's bidding as he defies the order and navigates through a strangely nostalgic 80s suburbia in Raise the Dead. Inspired by games like Pikmin, order your troops around diligently and assault unexpected foes, transform said foes into your own army, and reach unexpected areas full of new grim challenges. The farming adventure where you will have to take care of your tiny planet, Deiland, the Pocket Planet Edition, has you farming, crafting, fighting, and exploring the universe to care for your very own slice of home. This reimagined entry includes revamped visuals, new playable characters, all of the previously available DLC, and a brand new set of seasons as time progresses. Jump directly into the expansive sandbox and lay down track pieces to create your bridges, develop towns, and enjoy the scenery and tracks Toybox Edition. Start with a pre-made environment of your choosing and develop into the sprawling landscape of your dreams with complex railways, junctions, and multiple maps interconnected between one another. WarriOrb is an action platformer where you play as a mighty demon trapped in an unlikely body. Make your way through the ravaged world to regain your freedom and your sanity. Along the way, meet some giants, mutants, magical beings, and even friendly demons that may not be so helpful to your cause. Always progress forward, avoid deadly traps, and experience a story of loss, desperation, and the hidden meaning of despair. Create your own esports team and customize everything. Hire the greatest stars in gaming to achieve your goals or theirs, or in contrast, you can sign any up-and-comer and train them for stardom in the casual MOBA-like sim Esports Live Tycoon, set to release October 29th. In Horn Knight, calculated movement and agility are the key. One small misstep can lead to your demise in any of the 32 levels, offering both environmental and enemy challenges. Accessible controls are provided as you jump, air dash, and slash your way through the arena. Master jumping and wall climbing techniques with time slashes to ensure you're saving the realm. Grisaia Phantom Trigger is a visual kinetic novel without any branching routes, set in the infamous Grisaia universe. The 5th volume picks up right where Yuki returns from Japan and Murasaki starts to question the group's choices. Presenting a fun Five Nights at Freddy's adventure with a lighter touch for the holidays, Freddy's Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator puts you in charge of developing your own restaurant. Design pizzas, feed the kids, and get high scores when it releases next month. Thomas Was Alone tells the story of the world's first sentient AIs and how they work together in a minimalistic 2D platforming adventure. Guide a group of rectangles through a series of obstacles using different skills and techniques together to reach the end of the environment. Novabox is releasing a pair of interactive graphical novels. First, Along the Edge lets you play as Daphne, a person wholly unsatisfied with both her personal and professional way of life. And after inheriting her family's estate, her life turns upside down in the worst way possible. The second entry is Seers, where a world full of magic and wild is completely unexplored. A group of shamans venture into the unknown where you get to make their choices and ultimately decide their fate through their entire journey. Both games offer multiple endings encouraging replayability. Luna the Shadow Dust is a fully hand-drawn animated puzzle adventure brought to life through wordless storytelling, beautiful cinematics, and an original soundtrack. A boy and his companion travel solving puzzles and tracking back old memories brought to life in each and every step of the way as an ancient tower stands right before them eager to be visited. Delta is an emergency defense drone located in an abandoned research outpost. Until now, his life was rather calm, but all of a sudden that changed when an invasive alien species jumped aboard and began to infiltrate the facility. Take out the intruders and regain your once peaceful life. Flippin' is a fast-paced arcade puzzler using Mach 3 mechanics mixing with gravity and silliness to create a fun experience. The campaign offers 75 different levels across 5 different game modes with challenges, score attacks, a versus option, and even a power variant for each one of the stages. The Majister is a murder mystery card battler RPG, where you build and customize your deck to fight in battles or use your tactical diplomacy to pacify those who stand in your way. Gather clues and discover motives as you investigate the death of your predecessor and unmask the guilty culprit. Soar around circular arenas on a levitating jetboard and defend civilians from alien raiders. Wield a varied set of arsenal of weaponry to protect the skies while balancing propulsively in short bursts to evade oncoming fire and maintaining your distance in aerial dogfights. Another successful Kickstarter project is Haiku the Robot, an action-adventure platformer heavily focused on exploration and set in a post-apocalyptic world full of robots and machinery. Enjoy a classic side-scrolling action in a retro pixel art style with sharp and precise character movement. A noisy road has been built in front of Henry and Florence's home. The happy couple is now tasked with defending their peaceful abode by blowing up cars in a timely whack-a-mole fashion in the puzzler Cross Crush. Each of the 10 or so levels come with a dozen set of puzzles and over 100 challenges contained within. The mashup between Pixel Puzzle Game and Dating Sim, Pixel Puzzle Makeout League, lets players take on the role of a pixel girl, and also a superhero with the power of puzzle solving. Turn your problems into nanograms and solve them to save the day. Combining an interesting card system into battles where you strengthen each and every card individually alongside your accessories to take down monsters in the dark and creepy dungeons, Darkblood Beyond the Darkness, originally released on mobile and is now being tailored for Switch with traditional controls and a new set of revamped features. And that's all the game announcements we'll be covering this week. I apologize if this video is not to the typical standard quality. A few days ago my PC decided to fatally error out, so I had to completely do a new Windows install and buy a completely new hard drive. Safe to say that I lost a ton of progress on this video already, but also lost half of next week's feature video script, which I had to start from scratch. Overall, it wasn't a good week, but that was definitely the kicker for sure. So forgive me if the upcoming features that I talked about on the PlayStation 5 breakdown video are delayed just for a few weeks, as I try to sort out everything and get back on track. I prioritized getting this video out first and foremost. Hopefully, that was the right call. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. See ya!